As a result of their remarkable flexibility, water buffaloes have become an essential component of agricultural systems in a great number of places all over the world. Not only do they provide assistance to farmers in the agricultural process, but they also play a key part in the growth of the economy through the production of cheese and meat from buffalo. In what ways are these creatures raised, and how are the fruits of their lives processed? Explore the answers with us in the video that we have for you today. Taking care of the calves is the initial phase in the process of farming water buffalo. Young buffaloes receive the majority of their nutrition from their mother's milk, which is an extremely nutrient-dense source that is necessary for their development. In addition, farmers frequently feed their animals additional nutrients in order to guarantee the best possible development during the early stages of life. Calves are often housed in separate quarters, where they are subjected to strict observation and are provided with necessary care. Buffalo calves are moved to a more varied diet that includes dry straw, grains, fresh grass, and extra feeds when they reach the appropriate age, which typically occurs after a few months have passed. As a result, they are guaranteed to acquire enough amount of energy and the critical nutrients necessary for their overall development. A thorough selection of the feed is made to ensure that it is compatible with their digestive systems, which enables them to absorb the greatest quantity of essential nutrients. This stage is extremely important because it enables them to transition from their mother's milk to solid foods, while also promoting the development of their muscles, their overall health, and their ability to adapt to their living environment over the long term. In addition to undergoing dietary adjustments, young buffaloes are also exposed to natural habitats in order to acquire the ability to graze outside. During this procedure, not only is their digestion improved, but they are also encouraged to engage in physical activity. Their bodies are strengthened, and they are assisted in integrating with the bigger herd. In order for calves to form social relationships with other members of the herd, the integration phase is an essential step. This phase helps to develop a peaceful living environment and mutual support for the calves throughout their entire lives. When it comes to water buffalo farming, the grazing environment is an extremely important component. Water buffaloes, in contrast to other types of livestock, require broad open places in which they can freely walk around. Because of the importance of physical activity to their health, environments that are roomy allow kids to develop into strong and healthy individuals. The fact that water buffaloes enjoy wallowing in mud is another thing that is well known about them. Rolling around in mud is not just a fun exercise, it is also an important technique that helps remove mold and bacteria from their skin, which in turn reduces the likelihood that they will obtain an infection. Not only do water buffaloes require mud, but they also require regular bathing. The ritual of bathing them on a daily or every other day not only helps them maintain their hygiene, but also helps them relax and lessens the amount of tension they experience. When it comes to the process of milking buffalo, there are numerous parallels to be drawn between the two animal husbandry practices. In order to reduce the amount of stress that the buffaloes experience, they are led to specific milking areas that are characterized by strict adherence to food safety and hygiene requirements, as well as the provision of a clean and comfortable environment. The operation of milking is normally carried out either manually or with the assistance of sophisticated machines, depending on the size of the farm and the level of technology that it possesses. By doing so, we ensure that the milk is of the finest possible quality, while also achieving the highest possible level of productivity. The richness and high-fat content of buffalo milk make it an ideal ingredient for the production of dairy products like cheese. Buffalo milk is highly recognized for these qualities. It is a well-known truth that mozzarella cheese is one of the most well-known dairy products that is produced from buffalo milk. It is a cheese that is soft and stretchy, and it is an essential component in Italian cuisine. It has acquired fame all over the world. It is the harvesting of buffalo milk and its transportation to the facility that marks the beginning of the process. In order to guarantee that the milk is free of any contaminants and satisfies the required level of sanitation, it is subjected to stringent quality checks at the factory. After that, it is subjected to the suitable temperature for the purpose of pasteurization, which eliminates hazardous bacteria while maintaining its original flavor. Rennet and lactic bacteria are added to the milk in order to start the coagulation process, which is the first step in the cheesemaking process. After a few hours, the milk will have transformed into a state that is similar to a soft gel, and it will be ready for the subsequent step of processing. At this stage, the mixture is chopped into cheese curds that are uniformly small and consistent in size in order to separate the curd from the whey liquid milk. When it comes to deciding the texture and suppleness of the cheese, this stage is absolutely essential. The cheese curds are kept for further processing in the succeeding steps of a contemporary and professional manufacturing system, while the whey is meticulously filtered and removed in its whole and then processed further. A thorough kneading and heating process is performed on the cheese after the whey has been separated. Performing this process is crucial in order to create the characteristic texture of mozzarella, which is characterized by its ability to produce smooth, flexible strands and its elastic properties. Following kneading, the cheese is formed into either little balls or larger blocks, depending on the application for which it is intended and the demand in the market. Finally, these cheese blocks are submerged in brine in order to improve their flavor and lengthen the amount of time they may be stored. Both the concentration of the brine and the length of time that it is allowed to soak are meticulously calibrated in order to guarantee that the final product satisfies the highest quality requirements and lives up to the expectations of the consumer. Once the mozzarella has been brined, it is packaged using cutting-edge technology to guarantee that it will continue to be safe and fresh when it is delivered to customers. Furthermore, the completed mozzarella has a texture that is soft, smooth, and flexible, in addition to having a flavor that is rich, creamy, and somewhat salty. Numerous culinary creations benefit from the balance and harmony that this refined and one-of-a-kind flavor brings. The particular freshness of mozzarella makes it a great ingredient for a wide variety of foods, including pizza, salads, baked products, and even as a complement to fresh fruits. Agriculture of water buffaloes provides support to the meat sector, in addition to the production of milk. In many Asian cuisines, buffalo meat, which is also commonly called too as curry beef, is a basic ingredient. As a result of its darker color and lower fat content in comparison to beef, it has a higher nutritional value. The meat of buffalo is harvested by farmers and then processed in sanitary facilities, where the animals are handled with such care that they are suitable for food. Typically, the meat is frozen and then sliced into chunks so that it may be distributed more easily. The flesh of buffalo is utilized in the preparation of traditional cuisines in certain nations, while in other nations, it is utilized as a valuable source of protein in a variety of contemporary recipes. As a result of its unusual flavor and lower fat content in comparison to ordinary beef, the buffalo meat business has also attracted attention in international markets. This is because it is increasingly sought after in these areas. It is estimated that the global population of water buffalo has surpassed 200 million by the year 2024, with the majority of the population being centered in Asia. Over 75% of the world's supply of buffalo milk comes from India and Pakistan, which continue to be the producers of the most buffalo milk. During this time, several nations, such as Italy, have developed expertise in the processing of buffalo milk into mozzarella cheese of superior quality, which is then sold to markets all over the world. The major role that this animal plays in agriculture around the world is reflected in the fact that the yearly value of the buffalo dairy sector has become more than $50 billion. Waste management is an essential component of water buffalo husbandry that is frequently disregarded despite its significance. As an organic fertilizer, buffalo dung is a useful byproduct that is utilized in agricultural production. It improves the fertility of the soil, which can lead to more sustainable agricultural methods. Additionally, in certain areas, buffalo dung is utilized in the creation of biogas, which results in the generation of power and a reduction in dependency on fossil fuels. These forward-thinking applications of waste not only reduce the negative impact on the environment, but they also offer an additional layer of sustainability to the management of water buffalo farms. And that concludes the video for today in its entirety. Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below if you found this video to be helpful. Tell us about your experiences with water buffalo or other agricultural practices that are comparable to those described here. Share your comments and ask questions. In order to gain other unique insights into the world of agriculture, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends.